She really could be a soloist if she wanted to. This is Aegyo Overload. This song is catchier than I thought. Whoa, that back tumble though. In a way, this should have been 1/3 song. Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Don here, your dance mentor, and welcome back to the workshop series where we get to dive into K-pop and dance. And today, we're going to be finishing part 3 and final subunit of our LOONA series, which is YY by Y. So we're going to be checking out Yves' official choreography version, and the rest of them don't have anything like dance practice or choreography versions of their music videos. So I did find fan cams and we're just going to have to make do of it. I did overlay it with the official audios. So yeah, we're just going to be using like an actual software to just play the video from there. So that way we don't have to find some scuffed audio of the live fan cam. But yeah, we're just hoping to find some interesting things. Personally, I haven't really watched the dance versions or dances at all within these subunits. So hopefully there's more to the Loonaverse with their movement involved. So before we get started on this video, I know most of you guys are watching are largely unsubscribed. So if you have been enjoying my videos whatsoever or taking some sort of value out of it or found it to be insightful or helpful to you, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe, and also turn on notifications so you don't miss an update on the next video. And with that said, let's get started with Yves, her choreography version. I don't know, do you guys say Yves or Ibu? Eve? I feel like I use them interchangeably. Posture. She has great posture, I will say, which is why she's our main dancer. You know, so far, like, I'm like thinking about the parallels in setting at least, because I know Vivi's took place in a skating rink, and for Yves, like, this is a bowling alley. So I'm like thinking how closely correlated they are to each other, but again, vastly different contrasts. Like Vivi's a lot more soft, and I would even say calm in a sense. This is almost like opposite. Like this is much more of a diva track, and even the sound, it's very, I'd say like retro's like 80s synthwave, but put into like a modern twist somehow. From the beginning, like with her first catwalk, she's just so good at drawing an aura or stage presence, or starting off her intro. Like if you notice, like she dances with her shoulders back all the time. I'm looking at the other members from like Odd Eye Circle and 1/3, but for 1/3, like we're much more focused on a lot more, what's it called? I feel like onomatopoeias and tying that to movement are so abundant within 1/3, and then with Odd Eye Circle, you have sort of this soft and alluring yet very inside and tight in choreography. But for this is a lot more open and free. YY by Y, like their concept is Eden, or the Garden of Eden, and they want to be free from that Eden, or their world, I would say. So this is already, I'm thinking how free this is. I love how that's just like a added ballerina like flair. just with her point, like she really is a swan because that's her call sign or her animal sign, right? Oh, it's not like, okay, maybe that's not really a point at all because not really pointing, but it does have a contemporary Broadway feel to this piece. Again, like she's very, in a way, seductive like Odd Eye Circle, but much more open and free. Yeah. This is like, even within the expression, we got a separation in spacing here. Like this piece, I'm thinking like this, in a way, this has a slightly fierce feeling behind it. Just the way that they set up this formation where she's sitting on like sort of her throne in a way, like she just owns it. But I get the feeling with her and like Kim Lip, like the way they utilize space. Like I remember for Kim Lips, like she utilized the guys here and sort of just rest and lay on like one of their backs. But for this, there's a much more playful tone within this, but same idea with utilizing space. So I guess there's some parallels in between that. Probably not even intended at all. Yeah, I just enjoy like how different it is already, even though it's so subtle. She really could be a soloist if she wanted to. I think she has what it takes, man. You know, like that almost has a similar feeling to Jinsoul's like bridge. They kind of put her in a solo, same way how Yves is kind of being taken away from her other dancers. It's almost that similar feeling, and just the way they set up her. But in a way, like when I think about Jinsoul's, it's a lot more sad. I don't know if it's I'm probably misinterpreting that bad, but just it's different. But as far as this one, again, like we're tying into the idea of freedom, because as far as I remember, she took the bite of the apple to be exiled from Eden on purpose. And so like I'm getting like this sort of rebellious nature within this sort of monologue here. And like from here, the energy I have is like, this is where she's completely released. There's a slight like enhancement in energy there. Damn. What a ending pose. You know, at least we have something like new to really fully dissect. I think, not to be, no pun intended or anything like that. You know, just from seeing the transition from 1/3 up until Odd Eye Circle into now really opens up a new chapter and a new book. And as far as their dancing goes, because I think now that I'm thinking about like the idea of being free, it's almost as if we're gonna see that motif throughout the subunits. I just have a feeling. Okay, so we're gonna now watch Jiwoo or Chuu's live performance to Heart Attack. So far, if Yves was much more poised, this has to be their snappy member of the group. Now, given like Yves or Chuu is now like the developing face of the group now that she's like extremely popular, I think this is also almost a 1/3 type of vibe that we kind of get, but this is much more fairy-like. I think as opposed to 1/3, their songs are much more like human because they are from Earth. We have a lot more personality being shown here. Like this almost could be even Yeojin's song, like with the fact that she's playing a lot with onomatopoeias within her movements, like the duguns again, or even like the nervous like handshaking stuff. Like we're seeing that a lot here, but being portrayed in a different way. Like that. And like even that move, like just this bunchak, like I think that's supposed to be sparkle, right? But she talks about stars, I think that's what it was. What? Yeah, she talks about stars. Man, this is Aegyo overload, I will say. It makes me think, yeah, that's probably why she has like the most. Maybe that's why she's popular. Oh my god, that's so cute. I like how, like, even within that little rap verse, like, she's still consistent with her character. Like, normally when I hear a lot of rap breaks or rap verses put in, like, side the song, it's usually, like, the posture changes, the personality, the stage presence changes. But for Chuu, it's just like, it's still being her, but she's just rapping and like she's being even more snappy to what she already is earlier. It's crazy. Like just this whole part. Oh my gosh, wow. Here's our bridge. Wow. I love. Even throughout all that, like in a way, like there were similar motions that Eve was doing, like with, you know, playing around with her negative space. But for here, like we have the same thing with Chuu, but there's a very theatrical nature behind Chuu's performance throughout all that. Like there's almost like this overly dramatic, like slightly like extra, if that makes sense. I noticed that this has a lot more oomph to like what she's doing compared to what Yves was doing earlier with her bridge. As far as I know, this is a song about, I believe, her trying to gain the attention of Yves, and she wants to be like Yves. Like even that little like curtsy that she did, like this feels so theatrical in nature, or just with all that. It's so, I don't know, it's clever to me. Oh my god, her smiling, you can't get tired of it. What is that move? What is that move? I don't know what that's supposed to be, but yeah, see, things I don't understand sometimes with YY by Y is like they're almost unpredictable as a group, because like we don't really know what's gonna happen. As far as like their sound is not as consistent as Odd Eye Circle and 1/3. So I guess in terms of dancing, we're gonna be possibly getting different things. I don't know. Her Chuu heart too. Adorable. So yeah, like I think again, you know, think about Chuu, how she is now. Like she truly deserves like the attention for her aegyo-ness. I think she's just set a new precedent of an aegyo persona or personality. I don't think I can't get tired of seeing Chuu smile. Like Jesus Christ. Okay, so now we're gonna get into Go-On's one and only. So here it is. Oh, we get to see more of the dance this time as well. Like the formations as well. You know, now I kind of almost changed my mind. This could have been a Yeojin song. This definitely could have been a Yeojin song. But so far, I almost get this feeling of timidness behind this piece. It's the nature of her character as opposed to just being a stage presence sort of thing. Like it has a like if Yeojin's was a lot of onomatopoeias and you know, this was a very coming of age sort of song, and then we have Chuu, which was a much more like snappy and also naughty in some sense. This one has a very similar feeling, but it's more timid. There's like a slight princess-like feeling I'm getting from her, because I think in the music video she sort of wears like this crown, or she gets picked up by Yves, and all of a sudden her hair color changes to blonde. You know, maybe there is that sort of like locked in feeling that I get from Go On. I don't know what it is, but just the aura I'm getting so far. Like the movements are definitely similar, like in Yeojin's and Chuu's. Playing with like intricate handwork that involve, you know, sounds or onomatopoeias and stuff like that. I do like the, I don't know what that sound is, like it's like this song has so much color behind it, ironically, even though like her personality and stage presence carries like an awkwardly like timid tone. I don't know, it's it's this song is catchier than I thought. Like yeah, like I think with, you know, just with Go On's choreography so far, it's very like this all the way through. There's not much dynamics going on. I would say like even during the bridge parts, like I just wish there could be much more change in feeling behind this. For this in particular, this was a very locked in approach to this dance. Yeah. You know, the thing about the song and what she's been saying so far, like she talks about like it's self-love in a sense, or, you know, self-appreciation. And so like I don't know, like it's I get this feeling of her being okay. But yeah, I'm just going back within like the idea of freedom within YY by Y. There's almost a fairy-like nature that tells different colors, and it's almost unexpected. So who knows how we're going to transition into Egoist. I kind of have a feeling behind it. We're going to see, you know, Olivia Hye is going to be Olivia Hye. So surprisingly, the most striking out of all of the other 3 songs that we've heard so far. Even with her own voice, there's sort of like this negative, I don't even know if it's really negative, but much more longing feeling of sadness. What I like about this is that this is almost Yves. It carries a similar vibe to Yves, but this has like slightly more power to it. And I almost think of Olivia Hye as sort of the second main dancer of the group, or at least I feel like Olivia, to me, be the black horse or this black pearl. Like she has an interesting aura that's sort of like she knows how to like perform in some way. Like I seen her do better in other songs personally, but this one in particular carries a different narrative. And I feel like the emotions sort of skyrocket later. Yeah. Again, it has that like contemporary and ballet feeling or nature like Yves, but it's a lot more, there's more power embedded within this piece. But interestingly enough, like she's Heejin's parallel for some reason. Like some say that she was like a culmination of Heejin's fears or something like that, but yeah, it does. Oh my god. Seizure warning. And then of course we have Jinsol's rap, of course. I don't know why we didn't get that on footage, but you know, I'm thinking about this now, like it's interesting to have Jinsol within this song because Jinsol's solo song was also a featured bass track, especially that whole dubstep or electronic breakdown that we just heard from Egoist. And so I thought it was an interesting touch to bring Jinsol like back into this. Like maybe that's tied into lore somehow, but this could be a mix of blending Yves' vibe and Jinsol's vibe together. This is probably the most Odd Eye Circle sound, but it is obviously a YY member. Yeah. Again, we got another soft monologue. Similar emotions and similar feelings to Yves. Oh, is she gonna just walk to have her own solo? Is that what it is? That is a long travel, I will say. Oh my gosh. Whoa, that back tumble though. What the heck? Okay, I did not expect this part to be in the piece, but I like how she's double downing into like the feeling of this piece so far. Like it's almost Yves again, but just much more like impactful. Like there's a lot more stress into her motions like involved, as opposed to Yves. Everything is sort of gracefully placed and transitioned to one another within movement, but then Olivia Hye's, there's like a lot more of a striking nature to her movement or moving from A to B. That was unexpected. I didn't expect that back tumble to be on there. But like I don't know if this song has any sense of, you know, being free, but you know, the words like love myself today, like we're going back or tying to the feeling of being free. Like this group has shown me different sides or different representations of that in their own way, and like this one has Like even within this last part, like with her utilizing space within this choreography, like she has it all to herself and she's really just doing whatever she wants within this whole section. It's a lot more chaotic compared to like the other three, in a way. Oh, interesting. So yeah, so again with why by why, we're dealing with a rebellious narrative that's coming out of them, like them abandoning Eden to connect with the other girls within the universe, and their sort of, you know, freedom tied within their choreography somehow, within the lyrics and also the way they portray their own movements. So yeah, now we're just gonna get into Love Forever by YY by Y as a full group this time. Man, how different this is again. I'm still wondering how they even got Grimes on this. Tempo is a lot faster. Wow. Yeah. So like, this is really just 1/3 like fairy version, hyper energetic, faster tempo of a vibe that we get with YY by Y performing it. I think this carries a lot of similarities and what was that? Is there a reason for this? You know, maybe there's something embedded within the lyrics here. Okay, interesting. So they kind of talk about timeline and puppy love, like maybe this is just them being cutesy. But then like when you talk about looking at your timeline, I'm thinking like, are they trying to draw like the hands of the clock? I don't know. I'm probably overthinking that. But interesting choice within blocking and choreography. Yeah, this is really like 1/3 hyperactive sister group. Like, it's weird. Like, in a way, this should have been 1/3 song. Love and Live or even Sonatine, that could have been Eden's or YY by Y songs. Just by the nature of the setting that they're placed in, like this feels a lot more human to me in terms of choreography and movement and just the overall vibe of the song. Like this is, yeah, it's so weird to me, but they should have switched songs. I don't know. And we're just hit with like a whole bunch of onomatopoeias and wordplay, like drawing hearts, pounding the chest or the belly, and the shock face. The shock face, you can't forget about that. And she did that again. She did that in the same heart attack move. Like she did that jump screech. Like, I don't know what that is. Like jump for excitement. It's so cute. Man, I'm getting like Okay, I'm getting goosebumps by just thinking about the idea like this could have been a 1/3 song to me. I don't know why. Here's our switch up. Just a lot more energy is involved within this as opposed to the past. Like I know, like in a way Girlfront was had a similar tempo, if not maybe less, but this one is just a lot more jumpy. Like there's a lot more bounce to this, like a lot more fast grooves involved. Like there's a lot more formation changes involved as well. And this part, I remember seeing this. Is so adorable. It's something out of like a, what's it called? A sprite animation from like a fighting game or something, like a Street Fighter. I don't know. It's so cute. Yeah, I think now that I've sort of just went through all of these dances and songs yet again, this was a new experience in terms of just looking at their dances and just the way they move, and also the nature of how what their pocket is in terms of how they find their character within the vibe of the song, but and also just minor little details within like the wordplay that they do, the sounds that they hit with like onomatopoeias and stuff like that, and also how tight or free or even loose their choreographies have been. But this was an interesting experience, and it kind of makes me like thinking like, what can I expect from their next song, which is going to be Favorite, which is their pre-debut track, followed by their debut song Hye Hye. Yeah, I want to know what you guys think, so let me know down in the comments below what you thought was unique, or maybe something I didn't catch. But other than that, I will see you guys on the next video. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you. No, peace out. Peace out, and stay eating.